What's up, everybody? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. It's great to see y'all here, man. Back with me on the Marcus Stewart podcast. I want to welcome you. You are watching or you are listening, however you are watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on podcast, I want to say thank you for watching today. Want to welcome all my listeners. Want to welcome all of my watchers. You are listening to the Marcus Stewart podcast. You are watching the Marcus Stewart podcast. What I do is I help men excel in personal growth. I call it mastering your manhood. Right. So Merry Christmas to you again. Look, I want to encourage you guys, man. If you want to join the online community of brothers that are taking that next step forward in their own lives, I want you to email me, Marcus Stewart at tgmchurch.org. Want to send a shout out to the sponsors of today's show. It's called Ascension. It's a nonprofit that help people just to do better. So I appreciate to TGM Ascension. Thank you for your sponsorship for this episode. And yeah, so let's jump right in. Today I'm talking about money. I'm talking about money. You know why I thought it would be good to talk about money today? Because it is the day after Christmas, and I know some of you, my brothers, are broke. And that's why it's so messed up because guess what? You was broke before Christmas, and now Christmas is come and gone, and now you even more broke. You are in debt. I'm doing this show today because you need an intervention, my brother. You need somebody to say to you, you shouldn't have spun it. But the good part about it is, you know, you can start from scratch. Because if you broke, you starting from scratch. So this episode today, I'm gonna talk about money myths. Then I'm gonna talk about these cues, man, these bad habits that we have. I'm gonna go a little bit into where they come from and how you have them and how you nurtured them all over the years. And then I'm gonna give you a couple of practical things that you can do to help make you better with money. You know what I'm saying? Like the ultimate goal is to get better with money. Is to know how to handle your money, how to spend your money, what to do with it when you get it. You feel me? So yeah, man, I wanted to do this episode because most of the time at Christmas time, everybody goes in debt or everybody goes even more in debt. And I've never understood how a holiday could make somebody go in debt, but we'll get more into that. But I want to start off with some of these money myths. So let me ask you the question, man. How do you feel when people start talking about money around you? Does that give you anxiety? Do you get angry? Do you get frustrated? Do you get upset? Do you get nervous? Um, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings about money? How do you feel when people talk about money around you? How do you feel when somebody brings up money? So if you got a girlfriend, how do you feel when she brings up money? Or do you talk about money? Like I want you to probe that because I think it's significant when you start to realize how many of your feelings and your emotions are actually attached to your money. Know what I'm saying? And I want you to consider that. Sometimes when you don't have a good response emotionally, when people start talking about money, it's a sign that something ain't right with your money. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this question, and you can answer this on your own. How much money do you have in the bank right now? Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. I know Christmas has just came and gone, right? But how much money do you have in the bank? I want you to ask yourself that question, my brother. And that question, the answer to that question coincides with the answer to the question that I asked before. Is how do you feel when people bring up money? How do you feel when people talk about money? It's a good sign. Is this a true statement or untrue statement? And I want you to leave it in the comments if you agree or you disagree. People who have negative feelings when talking about money don't have money or don't know how to handle money. People who have negative feelings and emotions about money either don't have it or don't know how to handle it. I want to change that for you today, my brothers. I want to change that for you today. I want you to be able to see and know and hear these certain things when it comes to money and be able to change whatever bad habits, mindsets, and decisions that you've been making with your money, my brother. So I'm gonna start with money myths. These are things that start in your mindset and mentality when it comes to money. I've heard this for a long time. Get this. Have you heard this? Money is the root of all. No, money is evil. Money is the root of evil. Have you heard that? Money is the root of evil. They say the Bible says that. Money is the root of evil. The Bible don't say that. First off, one of the misconceptions about money is that like you think that if you have it, you're not supposed to have it. Like God don't like for you to have money, or like money is this evil thing for you to have. And in reality, and the reason why I start with that is because it's so prevalent. Everybody say I hear that all the time. The Bible does not say that. Go look at it. It says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Money in and of itself is not evil. Money is just like a tool. What makes it become evil is when people start to covet after it, or like misuse mess over people in order to get it. But money in and of itself is not bad. It's your emotional attachment to it that makes it good or bad. So I want to put that to rest. That the Bible never says that money is evil. God is not against you getting rich. God is not against you having some bread in your pocket. I need you to know that, because you need to get that out of your mind. The love of money, your your emotional attachment to money is the problem, my brother. If you look at your money and you have a love for it, it's a problem, my brother. Look, if you will start misusing and manipulating people or being mean to people in order to get it or to keep it, you probably have, you probably don't have the right kind of attachment to your money. I'm saying that because I want you to get the right kind of mindset when it comes to money. A lot of people are broke because they don't know how to think about their money. So first, you need to know that God is not against you being rich. God is not against you having money. You need some money. Whether you saved or whether you're not saved, whether you go to church or whether you don't, whether you consider yourself a good person or a bad person, you need you some money. You need to have you some money, my brother. Don't nobody look, you can't do nothing for nobody. You can't do nothing for yourself if you ain't got no money. I'm just here to tell you that. I'm sorry I had to be the one to tell you that. Here's another myth, that people with money are mean or evil or bad or have done something dishonest to get it. I think this is one of the biggest lies, right? That make you think that you're not supposed to have money, or people that do have money are evil. Did you know that it's possible to be a good person and have a lot of money? Did you know that? Did you know that you could be a good dude and have a lot of money? I think it does create a lot more temptation, right? You're able to do a lot more stuff. You're able to get away with a lot more stuff. But money in and of itself does not make a person good or bad. That person was already good or bad before they got money. So yeah, you can have money and be a good person. So I want you to get out of these are simple myths that people tell you or that you have heard about money. My brother, stop it. Get over it. Now, here's what I want to go into. These bad habits, unintended inherited lessons that you have got from money. Now, here's one of the main ones. This is why I wanted to do this for Christmas, my brother, because society tells you you a bad person if you don't spend all your money trying to buy other people gifts. I need you to get that. Look. Society, your girlfriend, everybody that wants something from you will tell you, so they'll make you think that you bad if you don't buy somebody a gift. I want you to catch this. Look, the way that I knew that this girl that I'm talking to is gonna be my girlfriend. It's, it's not. Look, it's gonna sound worse than what it is, bro. Okay, it's gonna sound worse than what it is. But when she said that she goes Christmas shopping after Christmas because it's a sale, I was like, "Ooh." I told you it was gonna. It sound worse than what it is, but no, that's not the main reason. Come on, man. I'm not like that. That's not the main reason. That's just one of the reasons. That's just one of the reasons, my brother. Just one. Don't get this idea. Oh, no, I'm not cheap, but I'm just saying one of those things that's keeping you broke, my brother, is the idea that you have to spend money when everybody else is spending money. This is something that we've had this agreement and disagreement, and I want to hear your thoughts too. Valentine's Day is another one. Valentine's Day is a cultural idea that makes you think. And look, I want to hear your comments on this, bro, because like this is one of those things. That culture or society or everybody around you make you think that you a horrible person if you don't go out and spend so much money on your girl on Valentine's Day, as if you you can't show her you love her on February 13th or March the 1st or January the 12th. You feel me? Like look, I know it sounds bad, but look, I want you to consider that. Consider that the things that make you spend money are not real things. It's society, your friend groups. It's the time of year, or it's blah blah blah, whatever it is. Here's the issue with that. The issue is, is if you can't afford it. The issue is if you can't afford it, it don't matter what time of year it is. You shouldn't be buying it. My brother, I know you probably haven't had this conversation about money. Don't worry, I'm your friend, my brother. I'm here to help you, my brother. If you ain't got it, you shouldn't be spending it. I don't care what time of year it is. But the thing is that you get these cues, you develop these habits, you inherit these money habits that you don't even realize that you have. And you end up going broke and being broke. And here's the worst part, staying broke, my brother. Staying broke. Most people, most of the time, get bad money habits from their parents or from society, or like we live in a world that encourages you to spend your money or encourages you you know to give it away. Man, I mean, from 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 shoes. It's like back in the day they call it keeping up with the Joneses. So to modernize that for all of my brothers that don't know what I mean when I say that, I'm saying like you doing it because everybody else is doing it. Like you buying the shoes because they popular, right? Like when you was, I don't know, like if you grew up like the way I grew up, but where I grew up at, everybody had J's. Everybody had J's. But we was broke, so we had Hakeem Olajuwon. They used to talk about us, bro. We had these shoes called. I know y'all probably don't know what this is, and don't be laughing, all right? We had these shoes called XJ900s. It's an exclusive brand by Payless. And they laughed at us and they talked about us because society say, man, everybody got J's. You need to have J's. And if you ain't got, and look, I say that though, because in real life, as you get older, bro, like the people that are around you, the people that you around, the friends and the groups and stuff that you have, they make you feel a some certain type of way because you don't have what the norm or what people would call the norm, or because you don't do what they culture or whatever says that you should be doing with your money at this certain amount of time. You feel me? And it was a thing back then. It made me want to get the shoes, even though we couldn't afford them. It made me want to get them, even though we couldn't afford them. Right? And I want you to consider that, my brother. Consider how many things that you bought that you could not afford over these last few weeks, over these last few months. Now, look, if you could afford it, first off, let me say this to my brothers. If you could afford it, if you done budgeted your money and you done what you supposed to do, and you able to buy people stuff, I applaud you, my brother. I applaud you. But the reason why I'm doing this episode is because a lot of you is broke and more in debt because you bought some stuff that you shouldn't have bought. Now, I just want you to see that there are some things, right, that your society, that the culture, that people around you will force you to buy. Now, look, we can have a conversation that say, look, my girl want me to buy her something for Christmas, right? I'm not knocking that. I'm saying if you can't afford it, you probably should have a conversation with your girl. And some people will say, man, if you should break up with him because he ain't buy you nothing for Christmas. I would argue this, sweetheart, I can't afford it. I can get her something like that you can afford within your budget. But I'm saying, like, to be splurging and spending too much when you ain't got it, my brother, come on, man. That's one of those times she probably gonna be like, I don't mind you going in debt to do a little something for me. And look, I mean, You know, to each his own. But I'm saying, I think, I think, in my own opinion, and please leave, leave me your comments. I think a woman would appreciate you more by saying, "Babe, I want to give you, celebrate Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, we give gifts on the first of the year, not on the 25th of December. You feel me? It give you some extra days, and it's real cultural. If you black, it's cultural, but it's meanings behind these days. So I do encourage the Kwanzaa thing, but I think a woman, in my opinion, now I could be wrong, but I think a woman will appreciate and respect you as a man more to say, I can't afford it, so I can't do all what I want to do, but I'm able to do such and such. You know what I'm saying? I think she'll be able to understand it. In my personal opinion, I think she would. But I just want you to be aware and pay attention to buying stuff because it's popular or because it's culturally approved or because it's applauded. Like I remember because they teased me so much about not having shoes when I first got my first job. When I did a summer job when I was like what 13 or 14. The first thing I bought was some shoes, and I started buying shoes because I was tired. Look, this is a good one right here. Because I was tired of people talking about me, number one, and then I felt like I've never had this, so I want to treat myself. And look, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but here's what I'm saying: beware, because that could be a trap. Like you could disguise bad spending habits under the impression that you are treating yourself, but you can't afford it. Look, I know a whole lot of people that say they treating themselves. And look, I want you to get it. I know a whole lot of people that say they treating themselves, but they can't afford it. Dude bought himself a nice car. It was nice. He drove off the lot. He was happy to have it, but he couldn't afford it. The note, he couldn't afford it. He was treating himself. You treated yourself to driving it off the lot, but really, that is not a treat when you cannot afford it. Is that really a treat? Let me ask you this question: is it really a treat to have something that you can't afford and that you're going to be struggling the rest of the year to keep it? Or is it better for you to not get it, save your money, and then buy it when you can afford it? I'm just asking. I think it's common sense to do plan B, not I'm going to treat myself even though I can't afford it. But we do these things, man. You wired as a man, like right, like we want to be we want to be the man. We want to be, you know, we want to be the man. We want to be viewed as the man. So if I buy you this as my girl, like boom, I'm 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 on top of the world. Like I can afford to do that. Like you want to make it seem like you can really afford to do it, but really you can't. You really in debt, my brother. You need to be real with yourself, my brother, because you know what? It's probably culturally approved and applauded, and they applaud you. But the truth is, they broke. And guess what? You broke. And I ain't gonna tell you how many people encourage you to spend so much money so you can be broke because they broke, right? People spend money on advertising just so you can part ways with your money. I need you to get this, my brothers, that you probably fell under the the I don't want to call it voodoo, but the spell of give me your money. Look, if you want to give somebody, nah, I'm not gonna say that. Give me your money. But no, no, no. I'm trying to get you to see, bro. Like a lot of stuff that you buy, you don't buy it because you really need it or because you really want to buy it. It's these social cues. You buy shoes, you buy stuff because everybody else is doing it, or because you don't want to be viewed as the broke person, or you don't want to be viewed as the cheap person. I'm gonna tell you this, my brothers. I'm gonna tell you this. I was viewed as the cheap one for a long time. I was viewed as the one who wasn't going to spend it for a long time. And guess what? Everybody that viewed me that way, they ain't had no money then and they ain't got no money now. While now I do got the money. So I can afford to do. See, this is the difference. I didn't do it because I couldn't afford to do it. And I didn't care what I need you to get this, bro. You got to stop caring about what people gonna think. You got to do what's best for your own pockets, my G. Sometimes you ain't gonna be able to do it. Sometimes you ain't gonna be able to buy it. Sometimes you're gonna have to say no. As long as you got you a plan, we're gonna talk about that on the end. But I just want you to get out of this because it's Christmas. You gotta go broke. because it's Christmas, you got to buy everybody something like my brother. You know who pocket's going to be skimp? Take a guess. Take a guess. Just think of it. Whose pockets is going to be skimp? If you can't afford it, my brother, I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, my brother. I'm trying to have a conversation that you probably never heard. The truth is everybody else may be broke. That's trying to get you to be broke. They may be rich and can afford it, but guess what? No matter what they are encouraging you to do or what society is encouraging you to do, guess what? That is not going to have an impact on their wallet. It's going to have an impact on your wallet. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, my brother, I want you to consider this. If you broke right now and you're listening to this, today is your day. This is a perfect episode for you because I got the right stuff for you, right? I got the right stuff for you, but I want you to get this. You got to stop. You got to stop. This is your intervention, my brother. Stop. Stop spending. Stop it. You killing your bank account, my brother. Look, I know you get on Amazon and for the girls, they do this impulse buys, right? Some of you brothers, some of y'all out there doing the impulse buys, man, you getting the dopamine hit, not realizing that it's hitting your bank account. It feel good when you buy it, right? But have you thought about that, bro? Have you thought about it, my brother? People laugh at me for driving a certain kind of car. Do you know the people that be laughing? I'm gonna tell you the people that be laughing. The ones that can't afford their car note laugh at me for not having a car note. And you know what I say? I say, hey. I let them talk. I let them talk. I let them talk. I don't be shooting back. I don't be shooting slugs like they be shooting slugs. I don't do that. I don't do that. You got to know, bro. You got to do it for you for real. Look, the impulse spending, man. Don't let it catch you slipping. Now, here's another thing, bro. It's Christmas time, right? And I want you, every person that's listening to this episode today. I don't know who you are or where you are, but I want you to ask yourself, have you inherited the pawn shops? Have you inherited the title loans? Have you inherited getting a loan? Have you inherited getting payday loans? Have you inherited it, my brother? This is, oh God, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Yeah, I'm talking about it, my brother, because you need to hear it. If you have a loan, if you got a loan so you can buy Christmas gifts, shame on you, my brother. If you got a loan so you can buy Christmas gifts, you need your ace beat. It's not smart. It's don't do it. My brother, no. If you got a loan to buy Christmas presents, make this the last year that you did that because it's stupid. So a payday loan is saying this. A payday loan says, I'm gonna give you, let's say, I'm gonna give you what your check is. So let's just say, for example, your check is $600. A payday loan says, I'm gonna give you $700, and when you get your check, you pay me your check plus interest. How you gonna pay $700 if you only make $600? You see, it's designed to keep you in debt. If you got a title loan, what a title loan is that's them saying, how much is your car worth? Not how much to get. Look, it's not how much you're spending and paying for the car. It's how much is your car worth. Look, I wish I had time to go break down the percentages and the MSRP and the APRs and all the extra fees that are added into buying a car. But I'm gonna give you a simple example as much as I can give you. Let's say you bought a car from wherever dealership you bought it from, which sometimes if you ain't got good credit, you got screwed on the deal. But let's just say you spent 15,000. I'm gonna just give you just so you can understand. You spent 15,000 on a car. So you're paying 15,000. You don't realize that the car is actually worth 8,000. When they give you a title loan, they are going to give you a loan for $8,000, right? Or let's say they give you a smaller loan for 1,000 because you only need one, or 1,500 because you need 15. What you have just done is you have traded your car for whatever amount of money that they gave you for that title loan. You get what I'm saying? Let me make it simple, more simple for you. If you got a title loan for $5,000 and your car is worth $8,000, you just gave away your car to somebody for less than what it's worth. And get this, less than what you paying for it. So that means even when they take the car, you still gonna be in debt 2 times over. I'm just trying to get you to see it. Getting a loan is stupid. It's illogical. It's ridiculous, my brother. It's keeping you broke. But a lot of times we figure this stuff because we have been trained in it. Bro, for a long time, pawn shops was my friend. I had a bro, I had a PlayStation. Actually, you know what? The PlayStation that I got right now. Oh my God. I had that mug. I had a PlayStation 3. I still got it right now. I had that thing in the pawn shop for so long. I can't believe they let me get it out. Once I realized, bro, that it's designed to keep you in debt. Come on, my brother. You got to save yourself. People going in debt right now. You probably in debt. You got a title loan. Free yourself, my brother. Pay that loan off, my brother. If you got a payday loan, stop it. Stop. This is your intervention, my brother. This is your intervention. Pawn shops are not your friend. Loan companies are not your friend. Payday loans are not your friend. I'm trying to get you to see it, my brother. Lord have mercy. You don't have to buy nothing, or you don't have to buy nothing for Christmas, bro, if you can't afford it. That's the point. They will still be alive. Like I be telling my daughter this. She asked me for stuff. And I don't mind getting it, right? But if I can't afford it, I say, I can't buy it today. You have to wait till next week. And she said, oh, no, daddy. I say, don't worry. I tell her, I say, don't worry. You're still going to be alive. I say, I tell her this, as long as you know how to love, I know you'll stay alive. I tell her that. You will survive. You got to know that, my brother. You got to learn how to tell people that. You're not going to die. And I'm still going to love you. I just can't afford to buy it right now. Let's adopt that going into 2026. Let's adopt that. Let's adopt this that says, I can't do it right now. I can probably do it later, but I can't do it right now. Let's normalize saying that. I can't do it right now. I'm trying to save. I can't do that right now. I got the money in the bank, but if I give it to you, it's not gonna be in my bank no more. I'm trying to save. You gotta learn how to say that. Nah, I'm not doing that. No, I can't buy you this week. No, I can't do that for Christmas. No, we can't. No, I can't. No. You gotta learn how to do that, my brother. So look, I want y'all to do this, man. Leave in the comments because look, we're not done, but look, I don't want to keep going on that, but I need you to hear this, my brother. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. I want you to leave me in the comments. Leave in the comments some bad habits that you picked up growing up, some bad money habits that you picked up growing up, that you grew up around, that you have normalized, but it is so bad for you. Leave that in the comments. Leave me some examples of the bad habits, bad financial habits that you picked up. Now, this is what happens. When you live around that, when you've grown up in that, and all you know is payday loans, title loans, and all of these different kind of loans and using the pawn shops, you either develop 1 to 2 mindsets. It's going to bring you to either you're going to be stuck in it, or it brings you to a place to where you like, I don't want to be living like that. You go get to a place, my brother, that you just get tired of being broke. Like, you should be tired of being broke, my brother. You should be tired of being broke. So this Christmas, the best gift that you can give yourself is the gift of telling people no. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You got to learn to say no, my brother, or not right now. Let's say that. If you want to do it, you got to learn how to say no or not right now. And that's okay. They going to still be alive, and so are you. Yo, girl, you want to buy her a ring? Guess what? If you don't get it for her, she not going to die, my brother. And neither are you, my brother. And if y'all's relationship is going to die because you ain't bought her no crazy whatever, you probably got some deeper rooted issues between y'all. I'm just saying, I'm sorry I gotta be the one to tell you this, my brother. I hate that I gotta be the one to tell you this, but I'm sharing this with you in love, my brother. I'm trying to bless your game right quick. All right. Here's what I want to deal with right here. Because if you are in debt, you find yourself that you messed up, that you've been doing bad with your money. You got these cues, you didn't even realize that they was draining your money. They was playing in your mind, trying to force you to spend when you shouldn't have been spending. This episode is for you because I want to say this. I am an advocate for reading. If you are around people that don't know how to spend their money, that don't know how to handle their money, that don't know what to do with their money, you need to be going to a a bookstore. You need to be going to a library. You need to be going to half price books. You need to be going somewhere to find out something about money that you don't know, because evidently, you don't have the answers. I recommend this book. This is one of the books. It's called hold on, let me get it. Personal Finance for Dummies. I got a lot of finance books, right? The other one I recommend is Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. But this book right here, Personal Finance for Dummies. Personal Finance for Dummies. It helps you in setting goals financially, achieving goals financially. You need to read about money, how to spend money, what to do with money. You need to be understanding money on a different level. Now, here's what I want to do. What I'm going to be doing on my channel for the next few weeks on a pretty consistent, I want to say at least 3 times a week, I'm going to be giving you updates, things that I'm sharing from this book on my channel to help you. And not just this book, but finance principles from other books that I have, helping you with your money. I want you to email me if you need help financially. I'm not going to give you the money. I'm going to teach you finance principles, though. You feel me? Email me, Marcus Stewart at tgmchurch.org. I want you to be a part of that community, my brother, because it's time for you to take control of your money. This is what we're doing for this episode. I'm going to give you a few practical things that you can do, that you can start to do better with your money. First thing is reading. You need to change your mind about money. Join my community. Subscribe to my channel. Watch these videos, because I'm going to be giving you some finance principles, things that you can do, holding you accountable about your money. You can join my once a week live virtual just by emailing me, and you'll get the link every week. But I want us to normalize having money in the bank. I want us to normalize that. Here are some practical steps, practical things that you can do. Having the right mindset is not enough. So you do need to read. But it's not just reading. You got to get beyond mindset to action. You can think. This book is called Think and Grow Rich, right? I have the book. But you have to go beyond just thinking it. You have to put in practice certain things. Now, here's one. One, start using cash. Stop using your card. Start using cash. Stop using your card. Why do I say that? I say that because most of the time when it's your card, you know around about what you have on the card. But with cash, it's right there in your hand. So every time you spend it, you see immediately that you don't have what you had before. And you tend to want to keep money in your pocket. When it's a card, it's easier to spend because you get the dopamine hit for buying it, but you don't see the hit that your bank account is taking. You feel me? That your whatever account it is. Start using cash. Stop using the card. Start using cash. Stop using the card. Start using cash. Stop using the card. I say that to you, my brothers, because I don't want you to be broke this next year. And guess what? You don't want you to be broke this next year. Start using cash. It's what I would recommend. Whenever you get your check, normally we get our checks in on a card or whatever kind of card you have. Go take out the money that you need to take out. If you got to pay bills, normally the first thing I do, because I pay online, I pay my bills from my card before I buy anything. Before I buy anything, I pay whatever bill I need to pay for that week. Because you don't want to be the kind of man that buys what you want and then be begging for the stuff that you need. You don't want to be that guy, my brother. You don't want to be that guy. I'm telling you. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for a girl to respect you. If she see you don't know how to manage your money, my brother. Start using cash. Once you pay that first bill, once I pay that bill, whatever bill, so I have a certain amount of bills that I have coming out of each check. So I have This check, I pay these bills, and then the rest of this money, I have this for this money and this for this money. This is for groceries. I know I'm gonna need gas. I know I'm gonna need this. I know I'm gonna need that. If I want to buy myself, I budget for that. I can't buy me a new shirt this week. I gotta wait till next week, or I gotta wait till the week after that. But bills are priority. Once you pay that bill, if you pay them online, fine. But then you go take that cash out the card, leave your card at home. Because once your money run out, you won't be tempted. You can't overdraft with something that you don't have. I like that. Bars. You can't overdraft for something you don't have. If you leave your card at home, you get cash out of your ATM bank so it don't charge you. Go to an ATM, go to your own ATM of your bank, get money, cash, leave your card at home. You can't overdraft what you don't have. Use cash, not card. I stress that. I hope you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Stop using the card. Start using cash. You cannot overdraft what you do not have. Boom, that's number one. Here's the second thing. Get you a budget. How do you do a budget? That's why you're watching today. What you do is you write down what you bring in. What I bring in, I normally round down. So let's just say if your check is, let's say 350, 356, or 359. I always round down. I round down, I write 340. Why do I do that? It's designed to help you. These little changes that start to add up, right? So I normally write down 340. I encourage you to write when it comes to your bills, when it comes to your money. You need to. I encourage you to write. Keep a track of it. But you write down what you bring in, and then you write down what you pay out. That's how you write down your budget. You write down what you bring in over 1 week or the course of a month, and then you write down what do your bills equal for that month. That one simple thing will show you whether you're gonna be broke or whether you're gonna be able to keep you some money. Writing down what you bring in and what you pay. This is the simplest form that I can give you. Write down all of your bills. How much does that equal? And write down all of your income for the month. How much does that equal? You're gonna see just with bills alone, you're gonna see, man, I have a whole lot money left over. The reason why I say budget is because when you write it down, you're gonna see how much money you've been blowing at Jack in the Box, how much money you've been blowing going to McDonald's. You're gonna see that how much of a gap it is. You're gonna say, I should be having more money. You budget though, because you need to see how much money you spending, how much money is going out. You'll be able to say, man, I can't afford to do that. I can't afford this car. I can't afford it. You probably don't even realize that you can't afford it because ain't nobody never told you to budget. The simple way to do it is writing it down. First obligation is bills, and then you write down everything what you bring in, you write down everything what goes out, and then you see that gap in between. And if there is no gap in between, my brother, you need to start doing some rearranging. You need to start cutting some stuff off. Maybe you can't afford Netflix, my brother. Maybe you can't afford Hulu. Maybe you can't afford to be going out to eat, my brother. Maybe you can't afford to go out every Friday or every Sunday. Maybe you can't afford to do it. That's gonna tell you right there. Look, that write down is so serious because you can't hide from it. You can't fake it. You can't make it like it's not there. Write it down, my brother. Budget shows you what you can afford and what you cannot afford. Writing it down. Look, here's the third thing. Buy groceries. Stop eating out. Buy groceries, and I would say meal prep or cook, and then you'll have something to take the next day. Buy groceries so you'll have the snacks that you want to eat. Buy groceries so you'll have the stuff so you're not tempted to spend your money. Look, this is how you know you're getting good. This is how I knew that I was getting good. I didn't have no cash money, but I had everything that I needed. I had lunch for the next days. I had snacks. I had gas in my car. All of my bills was paid. I had put money up in my savings, and I didn't have no money, and I was able to live that whole week without going to no stores or nothing because I had everything I needed. Plus, I had already put money in my savings account. How much do you think that that would make you feel to know that you got a certain amount of money in the bank? All of your bills is paid. You got everything you need and a couple of things that you want, but it's already sitting at the house waiting on you. Wouldn't that feel good, my brother? Wouldn't it feel a whole lot better to not be stressed about money, not feeling negative about money, not having to ask your mama, come on, man, your girl, your cousin, your homeboy let you host. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Buy groceries, stop eating out. Eating out drains your wallet slowly. It's like this. If you look at how much you spent on McDonald's every day for a week, however much it tallies out to, this is money that's going out that you could be keeping. This is money that could have been going to your bank account, but you gave it to McDonald's. You just made them richer and made yourself poor because you can't afford it. My nigga. You can't afford it, my brother. I'm just trying to make you think, my brother. You got to start buying groceries. Start buying groceries. Stop eating out. It drains your wallet. And most of the time, the stuff that you buying when you eating out is not healthy for your body and it's making you fat. So buying groceries is a double thing that help you not just save your money, but better health. Most of the stuff that you buying is not, I mean, come on, man, that fast food stuff, man. Come on, man. Look, I say buy groceries because there is always, listen to this when I say this, my brothers, there is always a convenience tax. You always getting taxed on convenience. Bro, I never forget this. I went to, I forgot what place this was, but they had strawberries, right? In this being right here that you rinse off for like $3. Then they had the same strawberries that somebody had rinsed off already and packaged that was $6. You know what the price difference with them two was? Convenience. You're paying because they already rinsed them and cut them up for you when you can go buy them for cheaper and rinse them and eat them yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's called the convenience tax. When you go to McDonald's, you can go buy you some burger patties and make you hamburgers if that's just what you want for the next day for lunch, right? And it'll cost you a certain amount of money. But because you let McDonald's do it, they're gonna charge you a convenience tax because they had to cook it, they had to serve it to you, right? But I'm just trying to get you to see these are subtle things that snatch your money away. Start buying groceries, stop eating out. Here's the last thing. Oh, I got two more. Save. This is number 4. Save. Save your money. Create a savings account and don't give yourself access to it. This is what I did. I got an account. They gave me a card to it. I broke the card. And I direct deposit. Soon as I get my money on my check, it don't even come to this card. It goes to a savings account. Get you a savings account, my brother. It's nothing like, I'm going to tell you this, my brother. Nothing beats the kind of feeling you have to know that when an emergency happens in your life, you ain't got to go to nobody else to get it. You just got to go get the money out the bank. That's what you're doing. You saving $1,000, which is called an emergency fund. Now you need more than that for an emergency, but start with $1,000. If you can't save $1,000, my brother, you need to rearrange your budget. You spending too much money. I'm just saying. Save. Number 4, save. Create a savings account and don't give yourself access to it. Leave it there and leave it alone. Now, here's another one. And this is going to help you impulse buyers. This is going to help you Amazon guys that like to buy stuff online. This is one of the things, man. Change the game for me. The 24-hour rule. Have you ever heard of the 24-hour rule? This how it go. When you about to buy something online, give yourself 24 hours. Give yourself 24 hours to say, I want to make sure that this is something that I actually want to buy and I actually can't afford to buy it. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Look, a true story. I was online shopping and I had some extra money and I bought a new bass guitar. Just like I had the money. It's not, I got money in my savings, right? I'm doing good. I got this 300 extra, right? I'm about to buy me a new bass. The bass was on sale. Come on, man. Come on, man. The bass was on sale. I'm like, I'm finna get that. I got the money to get it. I ain't breaking no finance principles to do it. Boom, I'm getting it. Now check this out. You know what happened like the next day? Something happened with my truck, and guess how much the repairs was? Guess. It wasn't 300, but it was like 2 something. It was like 220. I had the money in my savings for emergencies to pay it. But get this, had I not spent that money on the base, I'd have had the money and I wouldn't have to touch the savings. Now, some people say, well, you had it in savings, so that was good. I mean, yeah, it was good, but at the same time, there's money that I didn't have to spend out of my emergency fund because I actually had the extra money. But the 24-hour rule, had I waited, because the sale wasn't going to end for the next month, I could have waited, went back the next day, or went back 2 days later, boom, got the base, or chose to wait on getting the base because something else came up. But I went on ahead and impulse bought it. I say that because, my brothers, sometimes you're going to have the urge to buy stuff that you probably should just wait to get. The 24-hour rule says wait 24 hours to make sure that you can afford it and that you actually want to buy it. Now, get this. The 24-hour rule, had I done that on that day, what would have happened was I probably wouldn't have felt like going back to the Guitar Center. I probably wouldn't have felt like it. Or I probably was like, nah, I'm glad I like having my money in my pocket a little bit better. All of these things would have happened within that 24 hours, right? And I say that because if you take advantage of this 24-hour rule, right, you'll see there's a lot of stuff you probably wouldn't even buy. Or you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't want to get up, go all the way back over there just to get it. You say, man, I should have just got it yesterday. No, you shouldn't have. You should wait 24 hours. If you know you got a spending problem, you need to adopt the 24-hour rule. And I know some of you that's out there that's watching, you're going to say this to me. Oh, but if I'm hungry at work, I blah, blah, blah. Fast. Do it fast, my G. If you hungry and you starving like Marvin and you just need to eat and you know this gonna hit your bank account or your budget and you can't afford to do it fast, go on the fast. Just don't spend it. Look, the good thing about these financial principles is they get easier the more you do them, right? And so, look, here's the thing, man. A financial mindset makeover is not a one-time event, it's a continuous journey. So if you watching this and this is Christmas has just passed, these things will help you, but they only work if you continue to do them. You can't just do it one time. It's like going to the gym. You can't just go to the gym one time and expect to lose weight that first time. No, you gotta keep going. Like, you don't save just by putting that money up. You gotta keep saving. All right. So look, man, if you enjoyed the episode, go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know in the comments that you enjoyed the episode. Leave me some good habits, some good finance habits that you can do, that you have been doing, or that the community that watches the show can benefit from. Leave that in the comments, man. I will be looking. If you want to join the community, I'm trying to build a community of men, young men, middle-aged men, older men. I'm trying to build a community of men online and in person. But if you can't make it, if you're in a different city or a different state, you can be a part of the online community. I'm trying to build an online community of men that are focused and dedicated to personal growth, excelling and mastering their manhood. I want us to go from this level to this level, from this level to this level until we reach the 5-star man. That's the goal. 5-star man is the goal. So I want to create a community of brothers that we are growing each other. We not, we not on this mediocrity, man. We are trying to excel. So if that's you and you don't have a community, you don't have nobody to talk to, you don't have people around you that encourage you, I want you to join my online community. I'm in the process right now of setting up a website, my brothers, just for us men so that we can empower each other, growing, learning, taking steps, moving forward, getting better. You know what I'm saying? And so if that's you, I want you to email me, Marcus Stewart at tgmchurch.org. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on social media, Marcus Stewart Podcast. I upload clips on my other social media platforms. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed making it. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you've been enjoying your families. Hope you've been enjoying your children. I'll see you boys next week. Check out more of the episodes. This channel is here to help you grow and excel, mastering your manhood. I'll see y'all next week.